I'm going to do this in a few different languages, so bear with me. Hello, good day, bonjour, hola, konnichiwa, and how. And if I forgot your nation or, you know, heritage, I'm sorry. I am the Island Oasis project scripter. I work for the guys behind me. I work on large projects that take up a lot of scripting time, things of that sort. They always give me a box, they lift me up, bring my spirits up a little bit. As you can tell, this is the funny part. I'm a clown. I like to play, I like to goof off, I like to have a little bit of fun. If you guys are new to Island Oasis, welcome. Greatly to see you guys here. Currently, some of the projects that I've been working on was the big combat game that's now released, finished for the basic stages of it. I definitely recommend you guys come and check it out. Even if you're not into like shoot 'em up games, you might have a little bit of fun with this one. There's objectives you can go do, and they're kind of hidden, and it'd be a lot of fun. I'm also working on some other interactive games for you guys, for everyone actually. Currently got one out. It does just a symbol match game. It's really fun. It's real easy to play. It's out there, you guys. If you go to some of the public lands, you'll see it. It's really, really fun. People that have helped me test it have really like, hey, this is kind of fun. They get really hooked on it. I can't get them off my sim. They get stuck there, and I'm like, oh, I got work to do. But it's a lot of fun. So I got the combat done. I got one of the games done. I'm currently working on a few other interactive games that will be released in some of the public lands that we have. One of them will be for like the casino style sim that we have. We'll be putting that out later on. And there'll be a bunch of different games. I'm currently working on a blackjack game, basically, that, they're all free to play. So it's not like you got to pay into them or anything like that. And some may or may not, depending on how the owner of the game set them up, may or may not pay out. I'm going to be currently working on some new stuff that once I get some of these games finished, that will do more of artificial intelligence stuff. And I know it's like, what? And it's a little tougher because what that involves with is making a script kind of think for itself, act for itself. So I'm working with something like that here real soon. It was at a sandbox, I was at my sim, and I did a bunch of testing to get an object to figure out where it was, wander around, and then as needed. Oh man, you guys are gonna kill me here. Look at this, they're lifting me up. Look at that, look at that. You believe that? Believe that? Huh, can you believe that?
I was just trying to help you.
I was on the podium earlier.
Sorry.
I am like the kid. I really am. I'm like the little kid Pelino that's got like the weirdest sense of humor ever. I don't take anything like too serious. I like to have fun. I like to goof off. So if you see me wearing hideous outfits, that's me. So aside from all that, I am working on a lot of big projects for Island Oasis to give you guys something as an interactive thing to do, whether it be like the special projects team that Sugar is talking about and getting you guys involved with that. That's something that I really enjoy doing. I like scripting for those stuff like that because that's a lot of fun, and that'll give our residents things to be involved with. But then I get to do it when it comes to the games, the ad boards, the rental boxes, the things that you guys interact with. Maybe some of you may very well interact with on a daily basis, or sometimes on a weekly basis or monthly basis. So that's the kind of scripting I do, and it usually revolves around a lot of time. I recently also just released a new ad board that neither Sugar nor Damien nor Allison had talked about, and it's really nice. It's real simple to use. If you guys see them, you'll see the new advertisement board. It's ours. You guys can rent those out to advertise your business. So those are one of the new updates. What else did I finish? Oh, the combat game is finished, but I do plan on implementing more features to it. Right now it's just shoot. I want to be able to like sneak up on these little NPC bots that are animated. They shoot at you if they detect you, and they and stuff like that. I want to actually make him even more challenging in some gameplay options where you got to sneak up to him and maybe knife him or something, or hit him with a baseball bat. I gave the boss earlier the baseball bat. You guys saw that. I also want to be able to initiate some things like explosives or explosions, like rocket launchers and hand grenades. You can throw them at them, they blow up, but they'll throw them back at you. Maybe. I was kind of thinking of kind of like a Grand Theft Auto, right? Yeah. I mean, come on, if you think about it, that's what we're in right now, right? We're in this big virtual world that can really open doors for us, for you guys to have stuff to do. It's like, well, like my brother, he loves to play games. But we all kind of like to play games a little bit, even if it's just something as simple as resin some prims out to make up a chess game, or maybe cards or something. So, yeah, those are the kinds of things that I've been recently working on. Beta testing. I went over and I tested on the beta grid some of the new scripting functions. Every time they do this, this is why I love my job the most. They come out with new scripting functions, or they improve scripting functions. I'll give you one for an example. Let's say it was, good example. Okay, raycast. Not everyone knows what that is. Basically, all it is just a chunk of code that sends a ray beam, invisible, programmably through our virtual space. And when it sends that beam, it gives you some options. So, for example, let's say you wanted to make a paintball gun. That's what I did with mine. I noticed my paintball gun would kind of hang up sometimes. In here, on the new beta grid, it's running so smooth. They really made some huge improvements on that function, so I went over and tested that. I was like, oh man, this is going to be great. So when, like Damien said earlier, when we open that up for you guys, we're hoping you guys find the same results, that everything's good. So that's what I've been doing over in the beta grid. The other thing that I tested that was said to be improved, and I had to test it because I don't wait. Usually when they say, okay, here's a list, go over and test, boom, I'm testing, was land collision. Vehicles, what happens is if you've ever been driving on a sim before, if there's a little dip in the road, sometimes, depending on the speed, the right angle, your car can go under the land. Or if another vehicle collided with you, it could push you under the land. That is said to be fixed in the actual land collision event itself in the physics engine. So that's one of the biggest things we want to test, is to make sure that's working, because if that is, then that'll open up more opportunities for you guys. Currently, sometimes what will end up happening is your car will go underneath the land and it's stuck underneath there, and the sim hangs up, you crash, you go and restart it, whatever, and you come back and it's really laggy there. It's because that car is still underneath the sim. And if you've ever had to camp down there, that's a royal pain in the butt. Hopefully with this new physics engine and this new update, it's fixed that. So one of the functions that they fixed was the land collision event function, which is built in the ODE physics engine that we currently use. So even if it's not, I'm really hoping that this will help with the vehicles and your guys' vehicle scripts. So if you're riding a motorcycle across the land, you're not dipping down. So far all that's tested out really good. I was shooting bullets at it to make sure, the bullets were responding in the script to say, hey, we've collided with the land, disappear now. And it was working really, really good. So that was a lot of fun. And if you guys want me to come with you to help test, let me know, because I might be able to help you with the testing part of it, especially if it's one specific thing that you want to test. So once that is open and you guys are ready to test your scripts and your vehicles and your cars, let's, call me, IM me something, let's go over and we'll do that. What else? Currently vector games. Oh, vector coding. You guys don't want to hear about that. I'd bore you. You'd all fall asleep. Robots, pets. Yeah, the vector coding. Okay, I'll get into that a little bit, but not a lot. The vector coding that I'm trying to do in here is very similar to what you maybe see in SL, where you see a kitty cat or a dog roaming around on its own. It's a little more difficult to do that in here. Obviously in SL and other virtual worlds, they have a different scripting engine, so I'm trying to work with that. So one of the features is if it finds a wall and it hits that wall, it goes, oh, we can't go any further. I want that script to say, let's try to reroute. Where's my dog? I know. Take your time. I actually lost your puppy. It was in my inventory and I can't find it now. But I'll get to that. So one of the things that I do want to do is I want to be able to make it to where it can kind of at least pick up where it's at and relocate itself. I think that'd be kind of neat. Wouldn't that be neat if your little dog, if you come back to your land, and it hopefully doesn't use up a whole lot of sim resources. Um, you know, yeah, I don't know what happened to it. So you'll have to pass that over again. I'll have to tinker with that model. Yeah, you will. So that's what the vector coding is. It has to deal with the coordinates and things like that. And then it's like, okay, hey, we found something. Let's try to find another route. And so if I get that working, we'll be good. And this will lead into other things like a touring system and other artificial intelligent kind of like items that you guys might be able to interact with and things like that as well. So that's the next array of or list of items that I'm going to be working with after the games. So I think that's pretty much, double check here. Yep, that's it. That's all I had. Thank you guys for showing up. I'll turn it back over to Sugar.
Thanks, Sub. Okay, if all Palinos, if possible, come up to the podium. Sub, do you want me to give you your little stand again? I was trying to help raise you up.
I'll just fly.
Can't see you over the podium. So you're like really little. Okay, now is the time that we will open the floor for all questions. Whoever has a question, kind of please type raise hand or clear or something. Yeah, there we go. Wizard, go ahead. You can either type it or talk it.
Is there going to be any changes in volume land pricing?
No.
Those will not change. No, those prices will not be changing. And Pink, no, I'm not hearing you typing.
Okay, I seen Daisy, Wizard, Gem, Tommy. Since the free rental boxes have been changed to 1 month, will the free islands? No. Those are different. Those are completely different from the stores. So the free land is still going to be every week. Okay, Wizard Gemini was next. Gemini said raise hand.
With putting the information on the information portal, the grid announcements, I know they're going to be there, but will they also be on the Twitter, only because the Twitter runs on the Flash page is why I asked.
Good question,
okay,
and yes.
The title, yes. The entire article, no, but it'll provide a link to get you to that. But what I've been doing is posting on our Facebook group page and our Facebook LLC business page, because that automatically links to the Twitter, which in turn shows up on the splash page.
So we will definitely try to still keep doing all three avenues. But if something is bigger or whatever, always go to the info portal.
Right. That should be your primary source of information of grid news. Yeah, we'll utilize Twitter, we'll utilize Facebook. Just the fact that just in-world group notices is just not an efficient way for us to keep everybody on the grid informed of what's going on.
Okay, Tommy, you're next. What is the procedure to get a sim back up if there is no Palino online and the website does not work to restart them?
Give us the time frame what you mean. Because I've been trying to get in here and make sure that I'm in here when these guys are not on. And I know in the last few days, because of the holiday, I wasn't around. I was on more of a day schedule, but hopefully that'll get back.
No, he's got a very valid question, though.
No,
No.
that's true. The procedure is, honestly, send Palinos an offline message. Oh,
Okay, this is what you can do, Tommy. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up so that when you send me, well, I'm trying to think if that makes sense. I'm going to try and figure out a way to tie my offlines to my phone as text messages. Because when you send me an offline, I get an email, which I do get on my phone, but I don't always hear the notice. But I do hear notices for text messages. And that's more an immediate thing.
what we'll do, this is something that we'll discuss after the meeting.
Yeah,
We will come up with some kind of a tool.
a better way. Yeah.
Welcome zone is down for at least 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll work on coming up with a better way of reaching us if we're offline when that sort of thing happens.
Usually when a region actually crashes,
You see it.
not only do we see it, we have tools that inform us, but we have a system in place where it'll automatically restart it.
Right.
The problem is if a region is just hung up, that's where there's an issue, because our tools see it as it's still online. It hasn't crashed, therefore there's nothing to restart. So
Okay.
we'll have to
We'll
come up with a workaround for
Yeah,
that.
we'll come up with a better way. So that's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up.
Phone
And,
to be able
and
to
we'll
process
work
those
on
things.
some sort of way
Especially for that. Yeah, that's good.
we'll work on a better way to do that.
All right, so let me see here.
Justin
Trying
had
to
a
look to
question.
see who was next, because I don't want to miss anybody's question. Um, all right, there was Wizard, Gem, Pink, Tommy. I don't want to miss anybody. Okay, does anybody have a question? Because everybody kind of got lost.
Justice
Oh,
League?
Justice did, and Vicky did. Okay, did I hear right before the crash that there's going to be setup fees now? Yes, there is. We've always had a setup fee. For a while, to help with I/O, we have waived our setup fee. The setup fee used to be $60. We've now reduced the setup fee to $25. Okay,
And that setup
Justice
fee is not enforced until January.
till January 1st.
So, any ordering now is not going to have a setup fee.
Would a server reset help with the last question? No. Are you talking about with if regions get hung up? No, because a server reset would actually be shutting. We don't just have one region per server, so it would actually be shutting multiple regions off because of one server. So no, that would not be beneficial in any way. Okay, does anybody else have any other questions, comments, concerns?
Scripting, land, physics, Paulinos. I like our name, man. That's funny. Hey, what are you? I'm a Paulino. What are you?
Shut up. All right, going once, going twice. Okay, I would like to thank everybody again for being a part of Island Oasis. Yeah, I know I'm going to beat him. As I say, and I truly believe that we can put down any amount of regions, but you guys are the ones that actually make Island Oasis what it is. So I'd like to thank all of you for being here. The videos will be posted within the next couple days, so that way if you need to review anything that was said, you're more than happy to go and do that. Otherwise, thank you all and have a fantastic night. Pelinos, if you could go to the Pelino retreat. Did anyone see the gay maid? Shh! Ha! Wizard, delete account. Brat.
We should just all be like short little Mexicans. Be like, look, I'm a Paulino, you're a Paulino, because I think it's a Spanish last name.
It's Italian.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, good thing
it's
I'm wearing
Italian.
my fedora hat. Now I look
Good
Italian.
thing. Okay, all of you guys have a good night. Pelinos, meet me at the Pelino retreat.